Hello, Miss Grant's class. How are you all doing this evening? My name is Amis, and I am here to talk to you today about marketing on social media. So a little bit about myself. I have been an entrepreneur for over 5 years now. I currently have an online women's boutique called Public Icon, and I have been marketing that for some time now. So I'm here to give you some tips from my experiences and also from what other people have researched that's published on Google that we all can look up throughout, our entrepreneurship journey and help us become better marketers of our business on social media. So let's get into it. Number one, why should you invest more on social media marketing? According to the statistics, 93% of marketers use Facebook advertising regularly, which translates to about 3 million businesses that use Facebook to market their business. 26% of Facebook users who clicked on ads reported making a purchase. 3 million companies are using WhatsApp for business. Approximately 42 billion texts are sent and 1.6 billion photos shared through WhatsApp daily. 79% of B2B, which we know is business-to-business marketers, see LinkedIn as an effective source of lead generation. LinkedIn makes up more than 50% of all social traffic to B2B websites and blogs. 85% of small businesses and medium businesses users use Twitter to provide customer service. 77% of Twitter users feel more positive about a brand when their tweet has been replied to. 60% of users learn about new products via other profiles on Instagram. Out of 1 billion users, about 800 million accounts follow at least one business entity on Instagram. 150 million hours of YouTube is now watched by people every day. The most viewed brand videos are on average 31 to 60 seconds long. So as we can see, social media marketing is running the world. We know that social media is such a huge part of our lives daily, and now it's a really huge part of your business life as well. I will say that if you're going to have a business, it's like a must that you have social media. Like, you have to be on social media platforms, whether that's, as we can see, that's Facebook, WhatsApp, LinkedIn, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter. It's like Snapchat, TikTok. We know there's so many, but it's a must that you establish your brand presence on multiple. I say at least 2. Let's get into the type of content that we need to look for when we are marketing our business on social media. So when it comes to creating content on social media, it is called content marketing, right? So content marketing is the practice of creating, publishing, and sharing content with the goal of building the reputation and visibility of your brand. So the number one thing that's, to me, most important about marketing on social media is brand awareness. Before you really try to push your products or whatever services that you're trying to provide, you need to build brand awareness. So you don't want to just start off the bat just pushing like buy this, buy this, buy this. You want to start your social media platform by letting people know what your brand is about, your core values, some of your service reviews, testimonials. Like, you want people to become comfortable with your brand before they buy, because we know that most people are not going to buy off of a brand they've never heard of before on the first time seeing it. If I'm seeing your business for the first time and I've never heard any reviews about it, the likelihood of me purchasing something from it is not probably a 0. It's not going to happen. So we must create great content to market on Instagram, Facebook, or whatever platforms that you decide to get on, to build brand reputation and brand awareness. That's number one, most important. Okay, so now that we've established that we need to be on multiple social media platforms, let's talk about the steps we need to take to have a marketing success on social media, right? Okay, so we're going to look at this slide that talks about the 12 steps to social media marketing. Number 1, you need to research and know your audience. What topics and interests interest are they most social about? So this comes into knowing who your ideal customer is. And so your ideal customer is going to be your customer avatar, and your customer avatar is the person who is your ideal person for your business, like the person that you would definitely want to sell to. Like, this is my perfect person, my perfect customer, my perfect client, depending on your business. So you will consider their income, their occupation, their interest, if they're a parent or not, if they're single or married, all that stuff you want to consider when you're thinking about your ideal customer avatar, right? Okay, so from step one, once you just figure out who your ideal audience is, your ideal customer avatar, your ideal client, you are going to go to step two and choose the networks and platforms that best speak to your audience. So, okay, so let's look at this slide about the statistics that are reported about how people operate based on their age group from their generation on social media. And this is just a generalization. This is not anything specific. It's generalized. This is just a broad survey that this company has presented. So baby boomers spend 27 hours per week online, 11 plus hours a week on Facebook, 45% age 65 plus use Facebook, 60% age 50 to 64 are on Facebook, and 13% use LinkedIn. Gen X is 76% access social media, 80% are on Facebook and Twitter, but only half are active users. 68% make purchases based on reviews. Millennials spend 8 hours a day online, use Facebook 70% of the time, watch 63% of videos on YouTube, and women spend more time on Facebook and men use YouTube more. Gen Z use 50% Instagram, 26% Facebook, 23% Snapchat, and 8 seconds in their average attention span. So when it comes to these statistics, that will help you decide what platform that you should be on when it comes to your target market. So for my target market, my boutique, and I target women between the ages of 25 to 46. That's my target audience. I am targeting Gen X and millennials for sure. So I know that I need to be on Facebook, I need to be on YouTube, and I need to make sure that I am posting testimonials from previous customers, because that's what the people who I'm targeting are most interested in. They need that reassurance. So if your target is Gen Z, then you know you need to be on social media heavy, because we know that Gen Z are big into social media and different platforms. This slide was probably created before TikTok became very popular, but we know TikTok is a big one too. Facebook, Instagram, like these are the platforms you need to be on for Gen Z, because we know that they are there, so that's where you need to market. So that is step two. Step three is to state your key performance indicators, KPIs, key performance indicators. What do you want your social efforts to accomplish? What does success look like in quantifiable terms? So putting numbers into your social media plan. Seeing, oh, I need to post this many times per day for my post to be seen. I need to make sure that I'm making 3 reels on Instagram a week. These are putting your performance indicators into quantifiable quantities, numbers, terms. That is very important. You have to make sure that you have written out your plan in a specific number form, and you need to research and see how those ideals are translating with your audience, right? So if I know that I'm putting out 3 reels a week, and I am going to say that I'm going to put those 3 reels out on Instagram at 2 p.m., at 6 p.m., and at 10 p.m. I'm gonna do that for a week. I'm gonna write that down, notate that information, see how many views I get in number form, and then I can determine if I need to try some other times, right? Which we do in the beginning. We want to try multiple things. You don't want to just be set in stone on one thing when you're first starting. So then the next week you might try 10 a.m. and then 12 p.m. and then 7 p.m. See how those times work out for posting. You have to write down your performance indicators and then decide what works best for your customers, and that takes time. If you're writing down all of your information, that will definitely help you with establishing your brand presence on social media. Step 4 is to write a social media marketing playbook. The playbook should detail your KPIs, audience profiles, brand personas, campaign concepts, promotional events, contests, content themes, crisis management steps, etc. Note that the strategy should be unique to each platform. So again, going into building our brand awareness, we know that we need to create our customer avatar. So we're going to create that avatar. That's considered the audience profile, right? And then our brand persona, like what type of information are you putting out? Are you using quotes? Is that a part of your brand persona? Are you using current slang that's cute nowadays, that may be like presented through songs or whatever? Are you using song quotes? That is brand persona. Campaign concepts. Are you creating a campaign for, let's say you have an apparel line like myself, summer is about to come, so are you going to plan a summer campaign that's going to advertise all your summer products? Are you planning promotional events? So once we know that that summer campaign is coming up, are we going to plan a 20% off on new arrivals? That type of promotional event that we're going to post on social media. You're going to have contests, if you know how contests work on social media. All these things are important, and it's important that you write it out, be as detailed as possible, because you want your customers to be able to easily understand your brand. And if you easily understand your brand, then it's easy for you to present your brand to the masses, right? All right. So number 5, align the members of your company around the plan. So assign responsibilities as to who is posting, who is responding, and who is reporting metrics. So in the beginning, I'm pretty sure you're doing it all. Just like myself, I am a one-woman show. I'm doing all of the work. I'm posting, I'm responding, and I'm reporting metrics. In the beginning, you will be doing the same thing too, unless it's a team. And then if you are starting your business with someone else, then you two can decide, or whoever is starting in the group, you all can decide who will do what. But it's important to assign those responsibilities to everybody who you want to do what, and let them do it. Do not cross it over. Like, just let one person be over something and you be over something else. If it's you for everything, you establish how you're going to assign responsibilities to yourself, and then once it's time to hire your own people, it's easy to pass on those responsibilities. You already have it all worked out. You've been doing it yourself, so you can easily explain it to someone else. 6, take 30 to 60 minutes at the beginning of each week or month to schedule tweets, Facebook posts, LinkedIn posts, pins, other social media content. This can be original ideas, links to your own work, or links to outside content that may be useful or of interest to your audience. So my best thing to do when I'm trying to create content for my business is to look at other businesses and see what they're doing, right? Not copying. You're looking at other businesses for inspo. So you want to look and see what is popular, what are people responding to, especially if their business is similar to yours. and you guys have the same type of customer avatar, like close in nature, you can see what their customers are responding to, and then try to take on some of those type of content creations and make it your own with your company. And it's best to plan out this stuff in the beginning of the week. You want to have your plan already executed so that when the week comes, you know, okay, Tuesday I'm posting reels on Instagram. Wednesday I am posting 2 posts on Facebook. Thursday I am posting an inspirational quote. Like, you want to have all that information planned out so that when it comes to your customers knowing what type of content you put out, they know that you are consistent with what you're doing. They know, like, okay, we're gonna see some reels this week from Public Icon. We know that we're going to get an inspirational quote. Maybe we're having a bad day and that inspirational quote is going to uplift us. We know that we're going to see a nice aesthetically pleasing picture. Like, that stuff is very important to plan out. And so again, use your resources like other people's businesses, seeing what they're doing. Also use Pinterest. Pinterest is the perfect place to get inspo, and it's the perfect place to get like inspirational quotes and items like that. They have so many resources on Pinterest, so I would definitely say to utilize that as a part of your content creation process as well. Get an inspo from Pinterest. A content bank using a spreadsheet, and plan out the content topics, headlines, related links, desired scheduling, name of authors, and an area for management approval on every line. So when you are new, you're gonna be doing all of this, right? So it's good to have everything planned out, just like step 6. Plan out what you're going to be talking about for the week. If you have a new dress coming out in 5 different colors, we know that we're going to talk about this dress multiple times throughout the week, because you just can't post something one time and then expect everybody to buy it as a new brand. So you're going to make different content for that dress, a video, a picture, a reel. Like, you're going to create multiple types of content, and it's best if you put it out on a spreadsheet with like days of the week, like I was talking about before. Having that information out so that you can know what day you're going to post it, what type of information you're going to put on the post. Having all that planned out makes life so much easier. And step 8, post relevant content relating to newsworthy topics and events in a timely manner. It's important to share opinions as soon as breaking news happens. So that's if your platform is related to newsworthy topics. Then incorporate that. I wouldn't say post about every newsworthy topic, like, if it doesn't relate to your industry, then I would advise against posting it on your business page. If it relates to your industry, then post it when it's nice and relevant, so that can draw more people to your content, because it's already trending, so the algorithm is going to pick up and send out your information to more people. Number 9, treat all social channels separately. You shouldn't be posting the same message across all channels. Remember who the audience is behind each platform. So this is very good information when it comes to posting on other platforms. Like, let's say that you were on Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn. So you wouldn't post the information that you're putting on Instagram and Facebook necessarily on LinkedIn, right? So you would want to create different content that is relatable to the audience that you've established on that platform. So my point when it comes to Instagram and Facebook, though, you can kind of post the same thing, because as a business you can post, and as personal, we know that you can post on Instagram and have it directly go towards Facebook. Post on Facebook and have it go towards Instagram if you're using like stories or something. So that information can be interchangeable, but if you're on like other platforms, make sure that your information is relatable to that audience that you've established on that platform. So number 10 is assign someone to act as a customer service rep, to be responsive to user-generated content and negativity. Don't ignore comments and feedback. So very important. Do not ignore anything negative, especially if it's not sent to your direct messages and it's posted on one of your main page platforms comments. You definitely want to respond. Always in a professional manner. Even if their response is unprofessional, you always want to make sure that your response is professional, that you're straight to the point, you're apologetic, and that you try to rectify the situation as much as you possibly can. But make sure that whatever you do, you always respond in a professional manner for the public eye and in DMs, because we know people will screenshot a DM and send it out to the masses in a hot minute. So always remain professional. Always comment to good feedback and bad feedback. Just always make sure that you're present on your social media platforms. Step number 11 is schedule reporting. Depending on your goals, reporting metrics can occur weekly, monthly, or bi-monthly. And earlier, when it comes to testing out your KPIs and seeing what is working, you want to make sure that you are reporting those metrics every week, totaling up all those metrics for the month, and bi-monthly if need to. Like, you want to make sure that you're keeping a record of how your progress is going with what you're doing. You have to be very, very, very intentional when it comes to marketing on social media, because you want to know what's working so that you can continue doing more of what's working, and you want to know what's not working so you can stop doing that, right? So make sure that you are constantly reporting what you're doing, making note of it, keeping track of it, and that will help you grow your brand. And step 12 is reanalyze your plan on a regular basis. If something in your plan isn't working, switch it up or A/B test content to determine what your audience response is better. That's exactly what I was just saying earlier. Like, make sure you are always paying attention to what you're doing, always analyzing, always seeing what's working for your business, always checking out inspiration from others, seeing what's working for theirs, testing it out with your own and making it your own. You want to constantly do this, because we know that the social media platforms are constantly evolving, constantly changing. New technologies are always being implemented all the time on social media. We know Instagram has Reels. We know they have Live. We know they have regular videos. You can post regular content. Like, that stuff is always evolving. So you want to make sure that you are evolving with the brand, evolving with what is going on with the networks you're on, and always making sure that you are a part of that evolution that's taking place. Making sure that you're on top of your metrics, making sure that you are paying attention to what your customers are saying. If maybe they're asking for a certain type of content, making sure that you are appeasing them by creating that content. Like, your business is to be a satisfaction to your customers. If you are satisfying your customers, they will keep coming back and they will keep patronizing your business, which is the goal, right? We want our businesses to be successful, so we have to make sure that we're always reanalyzing our plan to be better. Okay, so that is what is the 12 steps that you need to consider when you are first starting to market your business. Thank you so much for your time and listening to this presentation. I hope you have a wonderful day in Miss Grant's class, and I look forward to hearing feedback on how you're growing your business from Miss Grant. So have a wonderful evening.